Okay, so then the last question is always going to be a combined gas law question, but one such that you have to. I give you things that are not absolute, right? So like this is non-absolute temperature. This is non-absolute pressure. Because remember, it just means that it's 3.4 more than 14.7. This is 34.2 more than 14.7. You have to use the absolute because of math. Okay. So this one is what is it? Is it P? Oh, there we go. This is a PV over T is PV over T, right? Right, because we're saying that it doesn't say that like it loses any gas, right? Right. So pressure 1 is 3.4 psi gauge. So the absolute pressure is 3.40 plus 14.7. So what is that? 3.4 plus 14.7, 18.1. Okay, V1 is 4.2 liters. Let's see, T1 is 20.5 more than 273.15, right? That's what that means. That's what Celsius means. So it's 20.5 plus 273.15. That's an interesting way to explain Celsius, right? But that's what it means, right? Celsius is... If you see a T in a formula, it's going to be kelvins if it's a real formula. If it's like some approximation, maybe not, right? Okay, 293. All right, there's our first one, right? So we have all of those. And then our P2 is 34.2 more than an atmosphere, right? So just, if you want to do like a text substitution, somebody says gauge pressure, just say 3.4 more than an atmosphere, right? Or 34.2 more than an atmosphere. So 34.2 plus 14.7 is 48.9. That's PSI, right? Remember, we can do this combined gas law. It doesn't have to be in pascals. It can be in butt chucks. Sorry. Let's see, V2. Oh, we're trying to find that, right? So V2 is what we're trying to find. T2 is, ooh, it's heated up. Things are heating up. Okay, so it's 89 plus, it's 89 degrees more than 273.15. All right, so what is that? 89 plus 273.15. Oh, that's cool. 362.15. Right, so now we can just plug in our numbers, right? P1 is 18.1, V1 is 4.2, T1 is 293.65, and that equals P2, which is 48.9. V2, which remains to be seen, right? Okay, plus 362.15. All right. This can be solved. Okay, so I'm going to go 18.1 times 4.2 divided by 293.65 times 362.15 divided by 48.9. Hoo-hoo, I get 1.917, which would be 1.92 liters. Now, the sad thing is, I think if you put in the numbers non-absolute, right, and throw them in there, you get a number that's close to that, but it's not. You didn't get it the right way. So, well, the trick when you write a problem like this is to make one where, if you don't do all of this, you get something that's just totally different. But if you didn't get 1.917, okay, you didn't do it right. Oh, one last thing. on this thing, you can actually, I mean, I just sort of back of the envelope this, right? The 4.2 liters, right? I'm going to multiply it by 2 factors here to get the answer, right? The first one is that I'm going to heat it up, right? And so heating it up is definitely going to make it take up more volume. Doesn't that make sense? Right, so heating it up, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 362 over 293.65. Right, so I know that the ratio of temperatures is going to be such, since we're heating it up, that it should take up more volume, right? But there's another ratio here too, right? Okay, so increasing the pressure is going to make that less volume, right? If you squeeze it more, the volume decreases, right? So in this ratio here is 40. I'm going to go, I guess 18.1 over 48.9. So you can just take those pure ratios. You still have to use absolute, right? So you still have to use these values here, right? But this is my challenge to you: is just take, there's these other things. Here's the thing that changes, right? Multiply it by ratios of those other things, and try to come up with. I mean, let's make sure that I did this right. 4.2 times. I'm going to use the fraction thing. 362.15, and the bottom is 293. I'm going to go another fraction. Oh. All right. That's kind of funny. That was unexpected. Okay, I'm going to do a parenthesis. And then I'm going to throw another fraction in there. It just did something very enigmatic. Let's see, 18.1. And then, what is that, 48.9. Indeed, this gives me the same answer, except I mashed some number somewhere. 48.9. 4.2. Isn't that weird? Anyway, I'm just going to stop recording here.